Hello and welcome to everybody. It's an absolute thrill to welcome you to this day one clash, and no day, of course, engenders hope or optimism more than this one. Optimism which could dissipate at a rate most alarming, or last all the way to the latter stages. We shall see. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So straight into the action. So Jim, tell me this, who are you? It's Ibrahimovic! Oh, it's come loose. Oh, and again! They've scored!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
He watched it all the way, and the finish was unerring.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So we have had the first significant... Luis Suarez! Now, who's going to be first? Oh, he's been caught on it here. Now, there's a fine ball. Oh, good effort! Not a bad try by any means. Ambitious ball here. It's played through for him.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Knocks it into space. He's found some space. Pulls over the line, and it is a corner.
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Seedorf with the short one. And that was very necessary. And now a sudden chance to counter. He's a sharp little ball here.
He'd be disappointed with that.
Pelé. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And it's Lam. Showing good feet. That is lovely. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Not the most accurate pass. It's Ibrahimovic! That was superb goalkeeping.
Ibrahimovic is offering a wry smile there.
Corner number 2 then. And it's been taken short. Paris Saint-Germain have the chance to go the other way. And this is Ibrahimovic. Tries to play it through. Robertson picks it up out wide. Cleared away. Yaya Toure driving forwards.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
Now then, the ball's come loose. Well seen, saw that coming. Robertson got a long way forward to join the attack. He's going to be disappointed with that. Gerrard. That is good strength. Great vision. Lam wants to run onto this.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Can he get onto this? Pelé. Nedved can so cleverly bypass the press. Now he's got space here. Can he get on the end of this? Ibrahimovic was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Now it's Luis Suarez. So just a one early goal to report so far, and the score is 1-0. Nedved. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
Knocks it out wide. Paris Saint-Germain claiming a corner, and the referee concurs. So, third corner of the game. And that should get the job done. And now they can spring out of defence. And this is Gerrard. And that has found him in acres of space. He has found the way through. Cross is blocked, and that's a corner. Terrific effort! And there's a goal! They have hauled themselves right back into it!
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
He'll take that. Perhaps not the prettiest, but they all count.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Seedorf really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Platini. Now it's Ibrahimovic. We are into stoppage time. Threads one in. Vieira. Pele.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. So it's one each. How are you seeing it, Jim?
Well, it's been a decent game so far, Peter, although I think in the next 45 minutes we could do with the ball being moved around quicker with a view to trying to entice their opponents out of position. I don't think there'll be a mad rush to do that just yet.
So, all square at half-time, each side matching the other blow for blow at the break.
Nous vous demandons de bien vouloir garer vos véhicules uniquement dans les parkings prévus les jours de match. Merci de votre compréhension. Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 23, le numéro 21, Ibrahimovic. À leur place,
Paris Saint-Germain kick off the second half.
le numéro 5.
Paris Saint-Germain are probably feeling relatively good about themselves, so I don't think the manager has seen anything to change in his half-time teams.
He's rising! Against the crossbar! Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Looking to play him in. Forward it goes. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Played out to the left flank. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Platini. Platini! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
That pass has been well intercepted. Seedorf. And it's Bale. Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Costa Curta is there, and he can get that clear. Now it's Gerrard. That's been cut out, well played. Paris Saint-Germain needed that, they really needed it.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
And he's picked it up out wide. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And this is Ronaldo. Oh, strongly challenged there. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be.
Look, the only way of becoming more aware, Peter, is by lifting your head and realising who's where around you.
Oh, great leap! Paris Saint-Germain do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way.
Yeah, and I think if you're looking for change in a tight game like this, Peter, it's all about getting the timing right.
Lahm. Played out wide. Space for him to turn and look. Ibrahimovic finds himself offside. Seedorf is one of those players who's known for reading the game better than anyone. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Ronaldo has the space to scheme. Tries to pass it through. Cross deflected behind for a corner. Paris Saint-Germain have their second corner now. That's going to go a long way. And it's Robertson. Now that looks a decent ball. No joy this time. Seedorf. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Nedved hangs in a cross, looking for a corner.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain.
Paris Saint-Germain have their third corner.
Luis Suarez, le numéro 10. Seedorf.
Punched away.
Le numéro 7. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Oh, sweet
Le
feet.
numéro 8. Pirlo. Changement en cours.
And it's Yaya Touré. And the shot's on here. Well, that's a dangerous ball. And no, he's seen through all of that.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Dembele. Whatever he had in mind, that was not it. Ferdinand makes the interception. And it's Marcelo. Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's cleared it out of harm's way. No way through, so back it comes. He has a look up. Cross me. Oh, good climb! Firm header just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
And this is Hullet.
Pretty robust defending.
There were better options before the ball was lost. Easy to save from up here, I know. Engages and forces him off the ball.
Additionnel.
Oh, that might be that, Peter. Maybe both sides just going to have to settle for the draw now.
He's being urged to shoot. Oh, great defending, that needed doing. Still nothing in it, and we will be back for 30 more minutes. So, Jim, any strong opinions after all of that?
Well, look, this has been a hard-fought encounter, Peter, so mistakes are far more likely over the next 30 minutes.
So here we go then, extra time is coming up.
Mesdames et messieurs, nous vous invitons à prendre connaissance des informations de trafic qui s'affichent sur le grand écran. Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 13, Ferdinand.
90 minutes gone and nothing between them still.
17.
Marcelo. Now it's Pullet. Here comes the cross. Keeper's dealt with that. Pullet. And it's Bale. Pinches it off him. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Bullish header! Oh, wow, that's crazy! So is that it? Is this the moment they stole it? And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly have to...
Takes a shot! And a truly agonising miss.
Well, that's the response the crowd were looking for, Peter, and it's applause all round us here.
Paris Saint-Germain get their fourth corner. Pirlo plays it short.
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
That is ended up in no man's land. Oh, that's well spotted. Adriano, chance here to counter. Dink through. Thuram kept his eye on it, and he's there. And this is Hullet. Oh, nicely intercepted. Vieira.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Nicely weighted ball. Adriano. Nedved. Delivered across. Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. So there's the whistle, and we will have a brief break. The teams then separated by just one significant moment. How telling will that be? The next 15 minutes will decide. And we're off for the final time. It has been a slugfest. Significant blows landed, but still no knockout. He's found the way through. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Not a hint of offside here. Good decision by the keeper. Got that exactly right. The defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
That appeared to be an inevitable outcome. Too much traffic.
That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. It's Cristiano Ronaldo! So close to drawing level.
Cristiano Ronaldo was already celebrating in his head and probably still can't process how the keeper denied him. What a stop. That's just playing it safe and simple.
And it's Lam. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Lam receives it in a wide position.
Paris Saint-Germain really don't have a choice now. They just have to throw everything forward and give themselves a chance to draw level.
Dembele, a probing pass. Now it's Hullet. Oh, nice touch. That's a cute ball. I think that's offside. Yes, it is. Now it's Hullet. He's shifting through the gears here. He's come in hard. And that will be the final act. Paris Saint-Germain illustrating perfectly the fickle nature of football. Everything looked so good for them to start with, but as we have seen so many times, they ended up with nothing. Heady ambitions here, ahead of a game of massive consequence. The objectives are clear. To miss out on them would be unthinkable. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So it's down to business here. Well, for Pepe, this is the time to get that stern focus in his eyes.
Yes, it's that look that says, I'll win at all costs, and you better be prepared for what's coming.
Well, he knows, doesn't he? He just knows. At the core of his game is winning battles, physical, aerial, mental. To him, winning, however he does it, matters most. Oh no, he's got that wrong. Looking for the run. Oh, that's well spotted. Oh, that's fabulous. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Ferdinand. Nicely aimed pass. Milan are looking to break at pace. Can he get on the end of this? Tries a shot! And that is well cleared. And it's Pirlo. He's had it taken off him.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
Marcelo proves just a little bit too strong. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. This looks promising. It's a good ball out wide. Passing is crisp and sharp.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Pelé. Roberto Carlos is always looking to play quality balls. And the shot! Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Milan have taken the lead.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
He's found the way through. Messi finds himself offside. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Knocks it into space. Well, that's cause for mild irritation.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
And it's Marcelo. Pelé conjures time and space where few can. And he's whipped it across.
Well, that has caused disappointment to some, unsurprisingly, and disgust to others. What a waste.
It's not an especially good pass, that. Oh, there's a probing ball. Milan are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, ball's over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Now it's Messi. Lahm tries to pass it through. Look at Messi! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
Messi has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Marcelo. Cross into the box. Oh, great leap! Oh, it's gone in! Paris Saint-Germain are back on level terms. A really thumping header. Absolutely crashes it in.
So well played, Peter. Did a great job keeping sight of the ball. Made a classic move and met it perfectly.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, I'd happily watch this every week, Peter. This is exactly what you want from a big game.
And that pass just didn't quite work. Yaya Toure. Vieira gets over and intercepts. And it's Marcelo. Marcelo drives forward on the overlap. Takes aim and crosses. Messi. Vieira. And he's picked it up out wide. Cross in. Messi, very much a man of this moment. And it's Roberto Carlos. Pirlo. Played into space. Oh, can he finish? They've scored! More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
Milan leading now. Keeper's dealt with that, and that has left him in a heap. And he can clear it away. Oh, good-looking ball. Yaya Toure could move up a gear here. And for the first half, that is that. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. Caution certainly not on the agenda here, from both sides.
Yeah, they're ahead, Peter, but they can't afford to get too complacent. They need to go with the same intensity and tempo they showed in getting both the goals. Try to get another now and establish that two-goal cushion early in the second half.
So that's how it stands at halfway. We'll be back with the second half very soon. So we're straight back at it at the start of the second half.
Well, I think starting this half in a strong manner is essential, Peter, if you're chasing the game, which they are. You know, go with intent and purpose. Let your opponents know you're not just...
And the shot! And that's a tidy finish. And this is getting better and better. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
And a header! Firm header, just off target.
And he did so well to get himself there. What a good effort.
Paris Saint-Germain do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And he's been shifted off it. Pirlo. Pelé. Oh, he's been caught napping. Pelé going face-to-face with his great rival. And Messi! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
Messi clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. All he needs to do is to place this between the goalposts and basically let them attack it.
Big chance! And that was probably asking just too much.
You can never be too safe with someone like him around. They got away with that.
Toure does really well to win the ball there. Just about up to the hour now. Vieira. And it's Ibrahimovic. Mbappe takes a shot! Paris Saint-Germain still have the cards to affect this game. Seedorf. Roberto Carlos. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Lahm. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Seedorf. Pelé.
It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Now that looks a decent ball. Lahm.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Ibrahimovic tries a deft little ball. Bale. Mbappe. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Paris Saint-Germain clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted. Pirlo really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Aimed beyond the defence. Lahm. Into the last quarter of an hour. Now it's Ibrahimovic. So what can they make of this? Rafael Varane. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Oh, can he get onto this? And the counter is on. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
You know, it was an intervention that had to be made. Serious trouble lay in store.
Now it's Mbappe, and that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Oh, cracking ball, and he shoots! And that is certainly not what he had in mind.
I think that's just more proof that this team is very comfortable playing on the break. They're really swift.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 15.
So changes afoot here, and from
21.
both sides.
Ibrahimovic. Le numéro 10. Sidor.
Bale really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Le numéro 8. Pirlo. Attention, changement.
Pepe kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. Distributed tidily. Bullet with his sights permanently trained on that bottom corner. Rafael Leao. It's out for a goal kick. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Temps additionnel, 3
Board
minutes.
shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Paris Saint-Germain have reclaimed it. Looking for options for movement. Pirlo, he's being urged to shoot. Bullish header! And he has his goal! The crowd demanded, and he was thrilled to oblige. Satisfyingly simple. There's almost a sense of beauty to this.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
Paris Saint-Germain give themselves a chance of a fairy tale finish.
Well, the mindset has changed. Now they need to find all the courage they can get.
Bullet, and the shot! In he goes again! Third. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. A game of margins, of thrills, the sort of game that is a great... Things are bubbling up quite nicely here. A healthy whiff of expectation laced with the odd infusion of nerves. Everyone knows what's at stake here. The chance to play on a grander stage. It is time now to focus. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So straight into the action.
Peter, if you're looking for a defensive blueprint, then look no further than Alessandro Nesta.
There's nothing he hasn't got, is there?
As complete a stopper as I can remember, he just loves to defend and he's always willing to put his body on the line. Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Ibrahimovic. Ibrahimovic unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And it's Seedorf. Now it's Pelé. It's Pelé! A wonderful effort all by himself.
Pelé can really show some outlandish skills, which is always welcome and obviously refreshing.
Good defending there, they've slammed the door in the faces of the opposition. And this is Luis Suarez. It's a promising position. Marcelo venturing down the left. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Seedorf. Good, strong midfield running here. Pelé. Over to the right flank. He's found space here. Oh, well, that is not a great touch.
Pity that, because it had a decent chance of progressing.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Hazard looking to receive it in space. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. Paris Saint-Germain have had plenty of possession, but few, if any, genuine chances. Vieira conjures time and space where few can. Pelé.
Paris Saint-Germain have really been terrific at snuffing out the threat. Now for something different.
Vieira. He's in plenty of space here. Oh, that's clever.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Seedorf. Ferdinand cuts it out. Can he get on the end of this? Hazard! Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Can he finish? Oh, it rattles the bar. Now it's Pelé, and they are prompt with their pressing. Tries to pass it through. He has a look up. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And he's picked it up out wide. Roberto Carlos delivers. Great chance! Neither of these two want to come off second best. Roberto Carlos just loves to go forward whenever he can. And here's Hazard. Searching pass he's played there. Vieira. Ibrahimovic.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? And he's definitely onside. Aimed at the far side. That's a good block, but at the expense of a corner. Seedorf goes short. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Paris Saint-Germain are looking to go forward now. No, that's been intercepted. That's really well manoeuvred. And it's Ibrahimovic. Still looking for the first breakthrough, and it is nearly half-time now. Nesta is someone so often referred to as the defender's defender. Marcelo. He tried running through him, but he was not having it. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Ferdinand gets across to intercept that. It's a pretty loose pass. Nesta kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. He's cut it out. Toure with the challenge, and he has given away a free kick. Oh no, what has happened here? Yaya Toure. The whistle's gone, and that's it for the first half. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. So neither side has found a way through yet.
It's not a bad game by any means, Peter, but it definitely needs an injection of some invention, creativity. There's so much you can do with all that industry by just adding a little bit of skill.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action.
Votre attention, s'il vous plaît, chers spectateurs. Nous vous rappelons de bien surveiller vos enfants pendant toute la durée du match. Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 24, Luis Suarez. Le numéro 23.
So we're underway for the second half.
Le numéro 5.
0-0, and we're at the halfway point.
Attention, changement.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
This is a promising build-up. Nicely spread.
Well, it's a move of great promise, but will it really prove productive?
He leaps for it! Off the post! Firm header, just off target.
He did so well there, it's just a shame about the accuracy.
Nesta is a man so notably robust and resolute in his defending. Paris Saint-Germain do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Thuram ventures forward. Vieira. And here's Cristiano Ronaldo. For Varane. Now it's Bale. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. And it's Ferdinand. All the way back. Van der Sar. He's had it taken off him. Gullit charging forward, the ball at his feet. And the shot! And he scores! And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Paris Saint-Germain penetrate first. It is a truly precious lead.
Well, that's really changed the mood in the stands, Peter. It ought to encourage more positive football.
Oh, he's having a go! Has a look and plays it forward. He's going to be disappointed with that. Well, that looks a decent ball. Seedorf. Vieira spots it and intercepts. They've got a corner here. Paris Saint-Germain have their second corner now. And now a sudden chance to counter. Varane makes the interception. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, it's approaching that time where you have to decide whether you stick or twist, Peter. I'm inclined to think the latter, but the boss probably has quite a few things which he has to factor in yet, so let's see.
Flashes in a terrific effort! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
Corner number 3 coming up. He's having a hit! Well, he's had a decent crack at it.
Well, that was the one I actually thought he was going to produce. It's a good effort keeping it down like that.
This is Ronaldo. That's an excellent interception.
Paris Saint-Germain really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
This is a really front-footed approach. The chance! And he couldn't finish.
Well, you know, it was a really smart ball to play him through the disguise and the weight that allowed him to beat the defence with. It was beautiful.
Pass somewhat off target. Nicely weighted ball. The message is clear, none shall pass. Looking for the run. Can he get onto this? Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. And he welcomes it in.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
He's picked his way through, drives it in. Impressive jump! And a truly agonising miss.
Cristiano Ronaldo clearly knows that he let himself down there. He'd like another pop at that one, but that's not how it works.
Changement pour le Paris Saint-Germain. Le numéro 21.
So now we're going to get those changes we have been expecting.
Well, I suppose, Peter, in a tight game like this is as good a time as any to make a change.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Nice interception, well timed.
Pirlo.
Corner number 4 coming up here. Pirlo's cross. That should be the goalkeepers, and it is. Paris Saint-Germain have the chance to go the other way. And this is Hullet. Still just that single goal, and we are nearly done. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
And here's Bale. Crosses it in here. Cleared away. Bullet never out of the action for very long. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Threads one in. He's onside. He's shifting through the gears here.
Paris Saint-Germain nearly finished it off there, but now it's a case of waiting for the whistle.
And Hullet! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Hullet clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Not the most
Il y
accurate
aura
pass.
4 minutes de temps additionnel.
Pirlo. 4 extra minutes added on. Elects to cross. Good take, and is he in? Sorlot. And there's his chance to lead the counter. That's a shade optimistic. And he's made sure that's not getting through. And that will be it. Paris Saint-Germain have done it. The perfect outcome in this...